that vary in scope from high-level executive briefings all the way down to the individual performance dialogues. The blue dot represents organizations with successful long-term transformations, and the black dot represents those that were unsuccessful. So what patterns do you notice right off the bat from this data? You tried number 7 of columns. You did not buy it. Okay. So go ahead and share in the chat. What do you see? What pattern do you see in this chart right off the bat? Between them, the blue and the black dot. See any correlations? More communication equals more success. Lots of bruising. Yeah. Yes. Lack of clear vision of the mission. Okay, hold on. Importance of leadership involvement. Yes. Investing in people gets you farther. Yeah. While successful orgs might do the same things more, they don't all have the same impact. Absolutely. Successful organizations are more consistent in their efforts. Yes. Basic structure, different focuses. Yes. The pattern is, yes, so that the pattern is that successful organizations, the blue dots, didn't just change one or two things. They had a significantly higher percentage of change across all 9 of these processes, right? They integrated the change from top to bottom. So the moral of the story here is that successful, sustainable change requires a true shift in culture, and that shift has to be reflected in a way that the organizational functions at absolutely every level of the organization. So that takes us to the end of the first section. We've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our session today. So to quickly review, we started with the what and why, using 5 tenets to establish the change management. That change management is really about managing the people side of transition. And from there, we identified 7 universal reasons people resist change. And together we crowdsourced some excellent strategies for overcoming that friction. And then finally, we laid out a practical roadmap using Kotter's 8 steps to help you successfully lead your teams from today into tomorrow. So leading people through change is undoubtedly one of the most challenging aspects of our work. But when done right, it's also one of the most rewarding. It requires empathy, strategy, and resilience. So before we wrap up my portion today, are there any final questions or thoughts you'd like to share in the chat? Give you a moment here. Thank you. I appreciate it. There's the positive affirmation right there, right? Thank you. Thank you so much for your attention. You were fantastic today. I appreciate all your participation. Now I'm going to turn the floor back over to Dr. Trong as she closes us out for this session. Dr. Trong, you're on mute.
Just give me a second. I trying to update. I know it takes a minute. There we go. Okay. All right. Well, hello again, everyone. I get to be the lucky person to stand between you and the end of the day and the rest of your CE credits that you're trying to earn. So I will try to be responsible with that. But I want to start with this quote: change means movement. Movement means friction. Because at the end of the day, as you have been hearing all day, it is just the nature. Conflict is just the nature of it. And I think if we, accept that. Don't take it personal. Don't think people are resisting us personally, and really look at the facts and